Hello, Chris and Beth. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert at Zucor Marketing in San Antonio, Texas. And thank you for talking with Eric. He sent your website on to me for analysis. And I'm going to show you in the course of this video how you are losing ground to Kidd Roofing. For instance, they are your number one competitor in Austin currently, and I'm going to show you the whys and hows, and I'm going to give you some tips how you can turn this around. Your website is great, but it is underperforming, and I'm going to show you all about it. Now, first off, I have to say that I love your website. I really do. I think Chris is such a great spokesman for the company. I would hire you guys in a second. And, you have very personal and real bios about each of you, both of you, mother and son. And I'm really in awe. I just think that you guys have done it right. And anybody who has a heart is going to want to show up here and actually get their roof done by you, because it's a very homey, inviting place to be. However, it is underperforming. So I want to show you what I do after I look at the actual website, and that is I have a paid tool that helps me analyze this. This is a Ahrefs. It's a tool that I use that gives me the metrics of your site and helps me analyze it. It shows me how your site has been doing over the last couple of months. Now, the next thing I do is I go and do a regular Google search. I did Austin, Texas roofing because that is clearly the market that you're in. I mean, I could have done Cedar Park, but you're not just roofers for the suburb. You, I'm sure, are roofers for the entire Austin, greater Austin area. So that's why I chose Austin. Now, the reason that I'm showing you this Google search is because Google controls 96% of the traffic on the internet. So if you want to find a site, I mean, think about it. When was the last time you went to a site that you had never been to before? How did you get there? It was probably through, at least at some point, a Google search that may have led you somewhere that led you somewhere that led you somewhere. But it started with a Google search. 96% of the traffic on the internet. Isn't that a crazy number? Anyway, I'm going to explain how Google works, because if you don't know how something works, you can't use it to your benefit. And a lot of people do not know. I did not know before I started this job. So I'm going to explain how Google works, and I'm going to do it in the form of explaining this search results page. Now, the first thing you find here is sponsored. That means these folks actually paid to be here. For some people, that is a good strategy to get more business, but for some people it is not, because a lot of people say, why would somebody want to pay to be on a list of the best to the worst roofers in Texas? And that's not what this is at all. Google is so not that. Google is trying to provide a service for its search customers, and it has nothing to do with client satisfaction or the Better Business Bureau or workmanship or materials. It has to do with your website. So you see there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but Google is the gorilla, and when the gorilla wants to dance, well, you dance. So the first thing I want to let you know is that after the sponsored, like they're helping out the Little League, they paid money to Google, we have what we call the map pack. And we call it the map pack because, of course, it's around this map here. And these folks, aside from those who paid to be there, they're paid to be here and they paid to be here. Aside from those folks, these ones just filled out a Google business profile. That's all they did. And they did it thoroughly enough and precisely enough. And it is why Google rewarded them with this spot up at the top and here on the map pack. Now, filling out that Google business profile is like your entree into Google. And Google wants to know that you want to be part of what they're doing. So that is the first thing that Google sort of is looking at. And there is a Google algorithm. And the algorithm is responsible for the placement of absolutely everything on a Google results page. Everything. If you do a Google search one day and then you do it the next day and probably the next week and then the week after that, it's going to be the same every time. It's very unlikely that things are going to move around except perhaps the sponsored ones. But the reason is that unless you change something within your website, then the Google algorithm is going to continue to place you where it places you for the reasons of what it's looking for. Now, the Google algorithm is looking for three things. This was number one. The second thing it's looking for is content. Below the map pack, I'm going to show you we have what we call the organic search results. And these folks here have done more of what the algorithm wants. And that is why they are ranked so high. Now, I'm not going to show you Jmar Roofing and Sheet Metal because it's not exclusively roofing, but I am going to show you Kid Roofing, who say that they are Austin roofers. They've been doing so since '82, and I'm going to refer to them as your biggest competitor. Now, this is what I'm talking about with content. Here is your website, and I am going to copy and paste it into this word counter. You have 1890 in the word count. And Kid has, let's see here, 4,009. Now, as you may know, in business, competition is the name of the game. And so if your competitor has 4,009 words on their homepage, what you need is 4,010. And as you can see, if you look at their website, it doesn't look like it's crowded with word. It's, well laid out. It's got a bunch of photos. It's got a map. It looks very interactive, and it doesn't go on and on. One of the ways that they did that was they sort of hid a bunch of the words inside like this. If I click that, then a bunch of things show up. I click that, and more words show up. So you see, it's just about how you hide the words inside of the website. You want them all there because Google wants content. And why do they want content? Because they want their search customers to go to a page that will teach them about whatever it was that they typed in there. And as far as the algorithm is concerned, more words are better. The more you can read up on something, the more you're going to know about it. That's why Google wants words. But all words are not equal at Google, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about keywords. You have 59 keywords in your website, and that's great. Keywords are words that Google expects you to have in your website because they have to do with your industry. They have to do with the communities that you work in, and they have to do with Google searches. Now, I'm going to show you what they have. You have 59. They have 1,600. So you have a good start, but it's time to kick it into high gear. You need more. Now, let's get rid of anything that says Kid in it because that's people looking for a company they already know the name of. But Austin Roof Repair Austin, I need to tell you that the algorithm is not smart. It has no intelligence. It has no ability to reason. It doesn't know that roof, roofing, and roofer are the same words, essentially. It does not know that Austin Roof Repair is the same as Roof Repair Austin. For it sees two different searches because these are not in the same order. So it is looking for very similar things that might be phrased just slightly differently. And that's because it does not know our language. It is looking for these things in Japanese and Spanish and Polish. It doesn't know our languages. It just knows what it's looking for. It knows what it wants to find because it has done the research and found out what these little snippets are, these keywords inside of the various sites of you and your competitors. Now, moving down here, there's a lot of things that have to do with your actual physical location, but then there's things that have to do with your industry. Shingle Roof Replacement Company and multi-family roof installation contractor. So you see, their sites are answering these sorts of things. by having perhaps a blog page, or just by having it naturally occurring in a paragraph somewhere, that we are a company that also does commercial roof installation. We are a company that specializes in multifamily roof installation. Those are the sorts of natural, organically appearing sentences that you need for these things to appear in. Now, beyond that, I'm going to show you about backlinks. Backlinks is where your site appears on somebody else's site, like the Better Business Bureau or Yelp, something like that. Now you have 28 referring domains, and Kid has 292. So you are a bit behind the curve there, by what, 270 some odd. So here's what their backlink domains are. Wikipedia, how they manage that one, I have no idea. But expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Dunn Street and Bradley, This Old House, Super Pages. And a lot of these are just about going and filling out a profile there. So it's not difficult or a brain surgery to get on these things. You want to get on high-rated ones. This is the domain rating. This is a number of 0 to 100, and it indicates the strength of a domain's backlink profile. And what that means is that your site, for instance, you have 28 domains. Your domain rating is 11. These sites, their domain rating is 96, 91, 90. Because they have a lot. They have a hat load of sites that refer to them. And that is exactly what you want, because Google cannot vet the site themselves. The only way that they can know that a site is worth going to is if other sites point to it. They want to send their search customers someplace that people have already been. They don't want to send their customers to someplace that nobody has been to or few people go to. They are going to always choose someplace that is more popular. Essentially, Google is the mean girl in high school. So that being said, here is what your actual visitors were. Your traffic last month was 41. That's up 10 from the month before. So that means you had a little over 1 visitor a day to your website. You paid money for this website. You expected this website to be something that was going to bring you customers and money. That's why you spent the time investing in it and designing it and having all of these different options here, because you expected this thing to actually do something for you. Right now, it is really just a couple of words on the bottom of your business card. It's not doing what it should be doing because it is not high enough in the Google search results. Here is what Kid is doing. You have 41. Kid has 5,100 visitors last month. That's up 944 from the month before. So they had somewhere around 5,000 the month before. Poor them. So I don't know what the percentage is of the visitors who actually become customers. It could be very small. It could be 0.5%. But I will tell you that 0.5% of 5,000 is much greater than 0.5% of 41. And that means that these folks are, by comparison, raking it in. Yeah, this is about putting money in your pocket. Now, I'm going to do something that I already know the answer to, and I just want you to think about your own Google behavior. I'm going to look for Anderson Roofing, Texas, and I want you to think about your own Google behavior. When you are looking for something, how far down do you scroll before you decide, you know what, I think I have gone far enough. I probably have found a bunch of things. I didn't stop at all of them, but this one caught my eye, so I'm going to stop here, and then I'm just going to explore what I already passed. You know, I guess the better question would be, if you were looking for a roofer in Austin, how far would you scroll before you decided that you had scrolled enough, that you had had enough choices? That's what I'm showing you. You are not here. You are not in the first 4 pages of Google searches. And I can show you, I did a search, Anderson. It's not found. You have to go to more results at the bottom of page 4 before you can even have an opportunity to find you guys. And I don't even know how far down there you are. So this is not good for you. There is money at the top of the Google search, and there is nada at the bottom. So I just want to summarize Google Business Profile. more and better keywords, more and better backlinks. Now, Eric is going to call you back and check in with you, see what you think of the ideas of this video. And we certainly give you these tips for you to work with yourself if you want, but we also do this too. So thanks for sticking with me, and have a great rest of your day.